Welcome, guys. What's going on? It is, what day is it? It's Wednesday, May 15th. And I will be hanging out with you guys for, right now I'm predicting 30 minutes. I think I'm kind of predicting my daughter going to sleep quick. She has taken one nap and it was super early in the morning and we were swimming around in a little baby pool today. Wore her out completely, went on a walk, just crawled around all day. I have a feeling she's going to go to bed quick. So I'm going to hop off in 30 minutes if she does. And then maybe watch some Barry. If you guys haven't watched the show Barry, it's fantastic. But welcome, guys. Good to see everybody. AT, what's going on? Polish GMR, good to see you guys. Dr. Strangelove, good to see you as always. And Cole Schreiber, good to see you as well. Cole says, it's snowing here. I'm going crazy. Snowing? What was the temperature today? Let's see. Jacksonville, Florida weather. Right now it's 78. And yeah, like I said, my daughter was in her little baby pool for like 45 minutes to an hour. It was just nice. Beautiful weather. But yeah. Watching South Park and HD at the same time. Nice. You should probably focus on South Park there. Way more important? Way better. Isn't Barry the show with Bill Hader? Yep. Barry is the show with Bill Hader. We're like we've watched 4 episodes so far. It's really good, man. I had never heard of it until we until we re-upped our subscription for Game of Thrones, and I saw these commercials for it. You know, they show other shows before the show that you're about to watch. It's kind of silly to me, but they do that. But that's how I discovered Barry. So it's pretty good, man. Kessel, I finally got an extraction match. I feel like I've been trying to get an extraction match for a month, and every time I try to, I get frustrated and quit because it can never populate the server. How do you feel about Game of Thrones? I don't like this season, Cole. 8 players needed, damn it. I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes trying to get a goddamn game. I like aspects of it. I found the last episode, I know a lot of people didn't like it. I really liked it. I kind of like Dany's arc. I don't know if people's like dislike of that is more disappointment or headcanon or where they predicted things would go. Does that make sense? I don't know. I personally liked it, but does it feel rushed? Yeah, I agree with that sentiment quite a bit. It does feel a little rushed, and to tell you the truth, it's made me want to read the books. It's made me want to kind of jump in and see what details are missing and different. And more than that, it's made me want to get to the last book once he finally finishes writing it, just to see the differences. I know Martin said that he gave pretty much all the big story beats to Benioff and Weiss. So I'm assuming they went along with the narrative, the broad narrative that he kind of outlined for him, you know? I'm sure a lot of the minor details and maybe the minor character stuff is different, but I would assume that Dany's slip into madness appears in the book as well. I'd be very surprised if something that large, that big of a character, that big of a twist, that big of a plot point was not something that was dictated by Martin. But who knows? Who knows? Do you not use star cards, Greedo? I do. It's a bug. See, equip and unlock star cards. I don't know. For whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't show it there until I start playing. All right, well, I guess I will just go to a blast match. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. First super chat and channel support of the stream. Thank you so much, Carter. It's good to see you, as always. Vader Palpatine 2020. Hashtag make the Empire great again. You know, I don't know if you saw all my old Vader for President videos. I think I did some in I don't know. When did I do them? What did I do some in 2012? I feel like I did. I did some in 2016, didn't I? Has it been that long? That's crazy. God, time flies. And I will definitely do some more. I'll definitely do some more. I just need a little bit of inspiration. I got the difference now, Carter, is that when I made those videos, I did not have my Vader helmet. Now I have a Vader helmet, and the possibilities are really endless for what I could do with new Darth Vader campaign commercials and stuff like that, you know? But yeah, I appreciate that, Carter. Vader Palpatine 2020, get a bumper sticker. Polish GMR, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Hey, Greedo, what's up? Just wanted to say love your stuff and keep up the great stuff you do. Well, I appreciate that, Polish. Thank you for the support on all fronts. I know you're a fleet member, and you just super chatted as well this evening. So I greatly appreciate the kind words and supporting this silly ass stormtrooper helmeted YouTuber who uploads dumb stuff. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And more importantly, thank you for the kind words. I'm opposed to her going mad. I just feel like the development didn't get there. Jeremy John's comparison to Anakin, I agree with. I haven't watched his video on that. I saw his the post or the when he shared that link. But first of all, welcome, William. It's good to see you, man. You know, I agree. The develop, like I said, it feels rushed, certainly. But it's kind of always been my desire or prediction that she was going to go down that path. I've always kind of thought it was going to be like that. My biggest worry, though, was that it wasn't. I was worried that it was going to just completely play it safe and everybody would be like roses and dandy at the end of, once Cersei's dead, and everybody would just like, we don't need an Iron Throne, we need democracy. I was really worried that some cheesy bullshit like that would happen. So, to tell you the truth, I was pleasantly surprised. I think it was one of the better shot episodes. I really enjoyed the way it was shot, the way the chaos was kind of captured, the way we followed characters around one by one. Disappointed with Cersei's death. Granted, I don't know how to differentiate like the critic in me versus the person who appreciates the way things, the way creators wanted things to go. Does that make sense? I get why they make certain decisions. I get why sometimes an audience wants a more fulfilling something from a thing. Does that make sense? Man, I'm really not good at talking. Why do I even try? But yeah. Oh, what's up, Sapity? Good to see you, man. Gosh, finally caught a HD stream again. Not easy with a 6-hour time difference. Yeah, I wish I could do more earlier streams. I can't believe I haven't been able to find a game in 11 minutes and 45 seconds. That's insane. I'm going to try Strike Now. Oh, where is it? Not Heroes of Villains. Assault. Let's try Strike. If not, maybe I'll turn it into a Lightspeed Lounge. Do you think the Canuses T says, do you think we will get something as monumentally popular as Game of Thrones in the near future? I didn't have that. Sorry, man. Let me take a quick sip. All right. I didn't have that exact thought the other day. Canusis, am I saying that correctly? But I did think to myself, when Game of Thrones started back up, why do certain shows just immediately capture the interest? Or not immediately. I'm not going to say Game of Thrones immediately captured a shitload of people. It took a few seasons, it seems like, for the extreme hype to just... For the news to get out. At least for me. And some people I know. I'm sure a lot of you guys just were on it as soon as it came out, but not me. And it's always interesting to see what shows just get huge, because there's so much TV out there. There's so many series out there. Why do some stick and some fade? It's interesting. It's interesting. Another unfilled lobby where 7 players are needed. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for capital supremacy, though. I'm in the mood for something smaller scale. So, you know, when you start watching the stream and Greedo is in the middle of a sentence and you have no idea what he's talking about. Dude, sometimes I'm in the middle of a sentence and I don't even know what I'm saying, Hunter. So, you and me and everyone else are not alone. No, I didn't see Endgame, JP. Well, I've said this a lot recently, but the most recent Marvel movie that I saw was Black Panther, and before that, it was the first Deadpool or the first Ant-Man, whichever one's newer. There's years of Marvel movies that I need to catch up on. I haven't seen Age of Ultron. I haven't seen Infinity War. I haven't seen Ragnarok. There's a ton of them I haven't seen yet. Doom. 3 players needed. Almost there. Man. Crazy. Lil Pump. Nope. Haven't listened to Lil Pump. Pop Nerd says, anyone here know the TV show Dark Matter, most underrated sci-fi show in my opinion? No, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Dark Matter. Let's look that up. Dark Matter. When crew member is working on a derelict spaceship awakened from stasis. Oh, I'm already on board. It has really good ratings and reviews, and that's interesting. I've never heard of it. What's it on? Network, sci-fi, space. Oh, it's a sci-fi show. And Will Wheaton is in it, I guess. Huh. No, I've never heard of it. I'll have to check that out. The only sci-fi show that I've watched recently is The Expanse. I finished the first season really quick, really loved it, and then I started watching the second season, then I think it got taken off of Amazon. Something like that happened. I can't remember. Man, what's up, Joey? Good to see you, man. I used to love that show, but after the end of season 1 and beginning of season 2, I stopped watching it. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Okay. Isn't Dark Matter on Netflix? Okay. Huh. Afraid it's most CS or Galactic Assault. That's most living modes. Left in Battlefront 2. Game feels a bit empty nowadays. That's crazy. Normally, I don't have this big of an issue trying to find a match. Even in the smaller scale game modes that I prefer, you know. But it's been 17 minutes, and I haven't been able to find a game of Blast, a game of Extraction, a game of Strike. And we've been sitting in this... Oh, one sec.
They should wait after the release of episode 9. I think that even though it's still oversaturating it.
Polish GMR, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. What was I thinking? I can't remember what I was thinking. Polish GMR, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. Opinions on the announcement of 3 movies after this lot. In my opinion, they should have waited until after the release of episode 9. I think that even though they're holding back, it's still oversaturating it. It's, you know, I don't know if obviously they don't need to tell anybody, right, that they just need to work on the movies. They don't need to necessarily announce it to the public. I wonder why they do that. Is it for investors? Is it for shareholders? Is it for not investors, but yeah, shareholders? Is it for kind of a roadmap for the people that have a stake monetarily in the game, in the corporation? Does that make sense? You want to give them a roadmap of things to come, or is Disney just an incredibly transparent company that kind of wants to get people excited for things way in advance? Announcements necessarily, Polish, don't make me feel oversaturated at all. Announcements are just kind of like reading a headline almost, right? 3 new Star Wars movies coming in 2022, 2024, and 2026. And announcements themselves, like I said, I don't think they would ever make me feel oversaturated. Should they have waited for the announcement? I don't necessarily know. To me, that doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me that they did it before Episode 9. I haven't really thought about that, to tell you the truth. Does it bother any of you guys? To me, it doesn't mess up the flow at all. It doesn't make me feel kind of like there's too much. I appreciate the relatively long break that there's going to be. 3 years from Episode 9, we're going to get a new one. I think that's pretty solid. 3 years, you know, 3 years between trilogies is a lot different than like 10 years between trilogies, right? But 3 years, obviously they want to make more movies. They want to utilize the license, and I want to see more movies. So I don't really want to wait 10 years. God damn, my throat is dry, guys. Sorry. I don't really want to wait 10 years. So 3 years is pretty good. Golly, man, I'm about to have a coughing fit. Oh, golly. Sorry, guys. Oh, man. This might turn into just like me trying to not cough stream. You ever get those tickles in the back of your throat where you're like, there's nothing you can do about it? That's kind of what I'm having right now. I can't concentrate on the game. So, so yeah, it doesn't make me feel, oversaturated. Damn it. But yeah. And yeah, so long story short, I don't feel oversaturated just from announcements. The fact that I know that we're going to get a Star Wars movie 3 years after this upcoming Star Wars movie is just a little something to look forward to. And I don't really have a problem with them kind of announcing a roadmap for where they see the franchise going in terms of, you know, future content. But yeah. But I appreciate that, Polish. You chill on Lil Pump, my dude. Yeah. I don't know why you'd... Command U, I think this is like at least the third stream where Command U comes in and tells me and everyone to check out Lil Pump. I don't know. I don't know anything. Yeah. A Lil Pump does not sound like I would, yeah. I don't think I would ever know anything about Lil Pump, but I don't know. I really don't know. And Dr. Strangelove, good to see you as always, man. And as always, I love the name. Dr. Strangelove says... Oh, shit. 1 sec. Dr. Strangelove says, thoughts on Disney live-action remakes? I feel like they're unnecessary and ruin the style / purpose of classic animated originals. Live-action remakes. Thoughts on Disney live-action remakes? I feel like they're unnecessary and ruin... Oh, sorry. Dr. Strangelove, in my head, I was thinking Star Wars. You're talking about broad Disney. You're talking about animated. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really had much of a desire to see them, to tell you the truth. I did see Beauty and the Beast. I thought it was good, but, you know, you have... But, like, they're so good at making these movies, right? Disney is so good at just creating... I don't know, great, entertaining movies through and through. I don't think anybody would argue with that. Through the decades, and to just kind of like remake a lot of these movies and turn them into live action. I mean, it's neat, but I don't really have a desire to go out and see them. And I don't really understand why, you know, instead of creating new narratives and new characters and doing, you know, giant, just creative projects that Disney's known for, creating worlds, creating timeless characters, making new songs, all that kind of stuff. Instead of doing that, you're just gonna make CGI lions and sing the same songs? I mean, why? I don't know. So, I heard a kind of a, I don't know where I heard this, so maybe there's no validity to it, but for whatever reason, I remember hearing this. I don't remember where I heard it from, but somebody said something like a lot of these, they needed to like re-up their copyright or something like that, and actually that sounds like bullshit. Don't take me serious there. I'm thinking about it in my head, what I heard, and it just doesn't make any sense. But after the stream, I'm going to look into it. Maybe there's some, I don't know. What the fuck am I even trying to say? Strangelove. What am I even trying to say? But, no, I don't really think it kind of, how did you put it? Ruin the style, purpose of the classic animated original. I don't really see it as ruining anything or degrading anything. I kind of separate like a Lion King and animated Lion King and live action. I separate Beauty and the Beast and a live action Beauty and the Beast. I don't think it's, you know, it puts any kind of negativity towards the originals, but I just don't see the necessity of it, you know? I don't see the necessity from a creative standpoint, if that makes sense, but yeah. It's just weird, yeah. I don't know. It's weird to me. I'm sure they're good. The Beauty and the Beast live action was good, and I've, you know, I heard the Jungle Book one. I haven't seen that. Was great. Is the Lion King one out yet? I don't know. I don't think it is. Is it? I don't believe it is, but yeah. Rich W3, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Do you think there will be? Do you think there will ever be a complete reboot of Star Wars years from now, with same basic story, with new film tech and actors? Dude, yeah, like, well, I mean, think about it. So, a reboot in name as well, because Star Wars is basically, you could say it was like a reinvention, reimagined version of Flash Gordon, right? But a remake in the far distant future of Star Wars with, like, I don't know, 2060 technology, movie-making technology? Sure, I could totally see that happening. You know, once... Yeah, I would never say never. I mean, I'm thinking long-term. I'm not thinking 10, 20 years, 30, or 30 years even. I'm thinking 50 years. I'm thinking like, you know, they're still making Godzilla movies. I'm thinking like that. They made a King Kong movie not too long ago. I'm thinking of like long-term stuff that's going to be around for a long time. I can see even 50, 60, 70 years from now, some super filmmaking technology being around where they absolutely remake the films. That just makes complete sense to me. And the way I think it would go, and the way I think movie making might end up in the future, is a little more, not necessarily interactive, but a little more, just kind of, not engrossing, but a little more realistic, I guess, in terms of even virtual reality movies where you are experiencing the story firsthand. You know, I'm sure there's going to be full 360-degree movies where you could go to the theater or even watch the movie in your own goggles or something like that, or by that time it'll probably be some kind of implant. But 360-degree movies where you are in the space where the movie is taking place, and you could see the movie 10 times, 20 times, and never see it the same way as the previous time you saw it. You know what I mean? You look at a different area of the sky, you look at a different section of the world. Your character that you're looking through the lens of is, let's say, running, and you're looking around at different angles. But yeah, I can see that happening. I can see that happening for sure. You just look at the history and the ebb and flow of other franchises that have kind of come and gone and gotten reboots and remakes and all sorts of stuff. I can absolutely see it kind of being, rebooted, reimagined. Yeah. Be interesting. But yeah. Anyway. Appreciate that. Oh shit, Rich. I appreciate that, man. I like thinking of that kind of stuff, you know? Far future things, where things might be. You never know. You never say never. I actually wrote a video and recorded audio yesterday, where I think, 30 years or so from now, I do not expect the episodic films to be done. Let's just in the grand scheme of the timeline, 20, 30 years from now, when an entire different group of human beings is under the control of Star Wars, that are probably being born right now, when they get a hold of the franchise, do you really think they're going to sit on the possibility of making another episodic film? Nah. Never say never. Anyway. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that once again. Do you think they'll finally release the uncut theatrical versions of the original trilogy on home media along with Rise of Skywalker next year? So, I'm going to say yes just because I want to be optimistic. But deep down in my rational brain, I'm kind of pessimistic. About... I got him! I'm kind of pessimistic about the theatrical cuts ever being released. You know, I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, and I've just kind of seen so many rumors of it ebb and flow. And the fact that we haven't seen a rumor lately kind of actually brings me more hope. It seems like when the rumors are ramped up for certain things, that's when things never come true. But when things are quiet... that's when surprises happen and we get Apex Legends, right? That's probably one of the best examples. But I'm gonna say, it's kind of a case of, will I think it? Do I think it'll eventually happen? Yes. Am I holding my breath for it being soon? No. But I do think eventually it will happen. I don't think it'll be with the Rise of Skywalker release. I don't want to get my hopes up. But I don't know. What I really want is a 4K version of the original trilogy, preferably the unaltered. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see like a Blu-ray unaltered or anything like that. That's not a fan project, you know? I don't know. I always cross my fingers for it, man. But at this point, I just appreciate the fan edits, you know? That kind of do the best they can to make it as original as possible. There's a project you guys should check out. It's called 4K77. Somebody got the original... I believe what this is the original 70mm print scanned in and turned to 4K, and I think that's correct. I think it's 70mm, or maybe it was 35. Either way, it was an original scan of the film that was, I believe, in Spanish. And what they did was they scanned it in. They scanned it in. Obviously, a 70 millimeter, 35 millimeter is high enough for 4K. Obviously, it's high enough for a lot more than that, I believe. And then they turned it into a digital 4K copy, and they took audio from non-Spanish Star Wars stuff, and they layered it on top of it because, yeah, so pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a print. There you go, fun stuff. That's a very concise way of saying all the bullshit that I just said. It's a it's a print of the original Star Wars rendered in 4K. There you go.
Clear for grenade.
I tried to. Yeah. Whoa! I thought that was a bad guy. Really, Russian? That's interesting. Brandon? Huh. Yeah, they did. Yeah, cleaned up the grain, the noise. There's what do they call it? I can't remember. But there's two versions. One, they cleaned up the grain, and one, they left the grain. It's kind of interesting to read the website for it, kind of all that stuff, because they recommend that people watch it with a projector. It's kind of neat, you know? Like, they want you to watch it the way that people watched it when they first saw it. Oh!
If that's possible, data retrieved. Expect another enemy.
Polish GMR, once again, thank you so much for the channel support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that. The robot read it, but I couldn't hear it. All I heard was James Rolfe. Because I was blasting away. Let me catch this guy off guard. Here we go. Nope, he caught me off guard. Gotcha. Haha. And I'm dead. Polish GMR, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support once again, man. Have you heard James Rolfe's idea for an original trilogy release? No. Is this a recent thing from him? James Rolfe is the angry video game nerd, by the way, guys, if you did not know. Options for which changes you want in the Blu-ray menu. If that's possible, mixing and matching stuff from the different versions would be great. That'd be interesting. Options for which changes you want in the Blu-ray menu. That's kind of neat. Polish, to me, I think the best release would be a release that includes all versions, kind of like, the Ultimate Edition, the 5 Blu-ray disc edition of Blade Runner that I have. Wouldn't it be awesome to have the Star Wars saga on Blu-ray in this giant package where you have the original cuts, you have the special editions on their own discs, and they're the options there. I would love that. I would love that way. That way everybody's happy, right? For me, it's almost like, I don't know. I have a very why not attitude about a lot of this stuff. I don't know the legality behind it. I'm sure there's some kind of handshake deal that Lucas had when he sold the company, saying that the special editions stay and that's all there ever will be. Who knows? But to me, I like that idea. I don't know if they would ever do something like that, almost like a choose your own adventure version of Star Wars. Choose your own version, and I mean, it's a cool idea and concept. I don't want to have to set up the movie though, like go through a menu of what I want to keep and and remove, and it might actually make scenes kind of feel wonky, depending on how it's cut, but yeah. Ideally, I would just like, what a better way to say, hey, the special editions are great, aren't they? Than to put them side by side with the originals. What a great way to prove your special editions are wonderful than to put them next to what you think is an inferior product, right? Wouldn't it just make everybody go, wow?
The High Command will hear of it.
We'll see.
There is no excuse for this incompetence.
We'll see. I need to check out his more recent videos. I was watching, he does a series called, shit, I can't remember what it's called, but he does do a series where he does like movie reviews with his friends in like what looks like a video store, right? Or I think it's just supposed to be his basement, right? Did they make it look like a video store? I can't remember. I really enjoyed listening to those discussions. But yeah. He's a huge inspiration for this channel. I started watching him before he was even on YouTube, I think. I mean, like, I remember watching him on, what was that? What was that? Angry Video Game Nerd. He has a Wikipedia. Somebody write me a Wikipedia. No, I'm just kidding. Don't fucking do that at all. Reception and legacy. Premise. In 2004 with collaboration, blah, blah, blah. Put Angry Video on his website. Okay, so... Oh, it's just on his website. Okay. Alright. Yeah. And then Screw Attack. Game trailers. YouTube. So... Yeah, huge inspiration for me even. Not necessarily the content, but an inspiration in terms of me going, oh shit. Oh, this is neat. And anybody can make this kind of stuff. Like anybody could make videos and put them online, you know? But yeah. Is that what it's called? Rental reviews, Polish? Yep, that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, I like the kind of the hangout feeling of that that show he has there. Sapity says, as long as we don't get any more atrocities like the Blu-ray release with Vader's no and Return of the Jedi, dear God, I hate that. Yeah, I don't remember. So I knew the Blu-rays were going to be the special edition versions, right? And I didn't really have a problem with that at first until I started watching them, but I don't remember knowing that even more changes were going to be made on the Blu-rays. Like, I knew that the special editions were going to be on the Blu-rays, and yeah, I was like, okay. I didn't realize, I don't think I realized it until I started watching them, that they had even more changes. It was just weird. I don't know. Oh, Super Shadow has a wiki page. Really? Well, that makes sense. Super Shadow wiki. I'm sure I don't see... I see a Wikipedia one. I don't see a Wikipedia one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Star Wars wiki.
Package is in the open. Secure it now. Throwing grenade.
What if I just wrote my own Wikipedia, like I made a Wikipedia page? Because anybody can make one, right? And just made up a bunch of bullshit about the Hello Greedo YouTube channel. Just make it just nothing but nonsense and fake, completely fake bio. I would love that. Actually, I haven't played Heroes versus Villains in a long time, Red Sea games. Not since, hell, not since, man, it might not have been since Anakin was added to the game, to tell you the truth. I don't really play very many modes that have heroes or villains in them. I kind of prefer the smaller scale mode. Oh shit, it's already 43 minutes in.
Carry it down.
My
Secure the area
daughter,
around the
I have
package.
not got the text that she's asleep, so that must mean she's still up. I guess I'll go for a full hour. Shit, where was I? What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't really play very many modes that have heroes or villains in them. I just, you know, I prefer these small scale maps. And I always think I'm gonna really get into playing the bigger, large scale ones. And I've always wanted more large scale modes and bigger epic modes, but for whatever reason, the ones in this game haven't really hooked me like I anticipated. They're fun, but the smaller scale game modes have just been a lot more kinetic and fast-paced and fun to me, and it's kind of what I'm looking for in the current, I guess, gamer age that I am. I don't know. It's basically going to be Hero Blast. Oh, that sounds cool. I like that. I like that.
Further resistance.
Pew 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 pew.
The First Order has the package.
Package on the ground. First Order dropped it.
Nice. King Cray, yeah, I don't know if I am anymore. I haven't trooped in like 3 years. Oh shit. No! So close.
They dropped the package.
Nice.
The package has
Damn
been
it.
dropped.
The enemy has the package.
Take it easy, lil pump. Polish GMR, once again, thank you so much for the support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that. Do you think people would be as mad as... do you think people would be as mad... special editions, if buying the original was an option? Like, I personally like the special editions, but agree it's BS, you can't... yes! Oh yeah, that's all I want, Polish. It's not the fact that the special editions exist that kind of bums me out. It's the fact that I can't watch what I grew up with. You know, the movies, the versions of the movies that actually won the Oscars that they won. I can't watch those versions in modern formats, in the best possible formats available. God damn, I'm at the top of the leaderboard, and that's okay. So yeah, I would be. It's not that I'm not mad. It's just it's kind of disappointing. You know, it's a disappointing thing. But yeah, you're 100% right with that kind of assessment. if they were both released and I could watch the original versions, yeah, I would never. The channel probably wouldn't even ever started, to tell you the truth. I probably never would have ever started the Hello Greedo YouTube channel if it was at all possible to have both versions on Blu-ray, because I would be fine. You know, it would be fine. I'd be 100% fine with it. But yeah. Nope, you can't get them online. There's no official release of them in Blu-ray. You can get like fan edits, but sometimes they're hit or miss. But yeah, Polish. Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head with that thought. For sure. But I appreciate that that channel support tonight, Polish. Maybe that would be a good video topic. I don't know. The comment section would probably just be like, this again?
They've taken the package.
But where are you at?
Package on the ground.
And Chris Mark, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I appreciate that. I apologize. I don't know how long your comment's been sitting there. The sound effects for the blaster kind of blends in with this game, and I still need to desperately change it, as I've been saying for like a week now, I think. Chris Mark, thank you so much. Hey, Greedo, Celebration will be in California next year. Save up and let's go. Ideally, yes. Ideally, I want to. I can't promise anything at the moment until we have dates, Chris, you know? Because if... Oh, I thought my game was locking up. If they do it again... If they do it next year, and they do it on the same week that they did it this year... It was like April something to April something. I can't remember exactly. But unfortunately, Celebration this year fell on me and my wife's anniversary and my daughter's first birthday. And I didn't want to miss those two. So, and I'm not going to miss those two. So, if, you know, if next year's Celebration lands on those dates again... I don't know. I'm definitely not gonna go, which is, you know, I hope it's different. And if it is different, yeah, I'll try my hardest to go. For sure, I'll try my hardest to go. But yeah, I appreciate that, Chris. That channel support. And yeah, if I end up going 100%, I will tweet my location and we will just, everybody will take a picture. It'll be fun. It'll be fun as shit. Just a big group picture. That'd be fun.
Keep an eye on it.
Do you smoke? Nope. Nope, I don't smoke.
The package is moving. The first order has the package.
Oh, I thought that was a friendly. There we go. Where did he go? No way, no way. He's not going to get that. No way. No way. We've been stomping them the whole time. That nice. All right. Nice. All right. Strike is fun, man. Strike is fun. Still might be my favorite mode in the game. This or Extraction, or I don't know. I don't know. How about when you were young? Nope. Nope. Never been a smoker. Only thing I ever did, it was while I was in the Navy for a little over 4 years. I chewed tobacco quite a bit in the Navy, like from sun up to sundown. That was the only vice that I had for a short amount of time.
The artifact is safe.
King Cray, I appreciate that. Man, Greedo, you are a beast at Strike. It's usually not this good. Take a screenshot. I usually don't get this lucky. First? What? I was first. I was first on the leaderboard, right? Right? Scoreboard. I'm sitting up there high and pretty. Oh, the other guy on the other team was... I was going off of... I was just looking at eliminations in the top of the scoreboard. Okay. All right. Ah. All right, I got about... I'm gonna... Like I said, okay, she's down now. She's asleep. But I'm going to round this out at a full hour, so I'm going to hang out with you guys for about 7 more minutes. Let's do a little Lightspeed Lounge. I'm in the mood to listen to some tunes and hang out. How about that? So, let's hang out and shoot the shit for about 6 minutes now. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Are you anxious to play the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah, I'm more curious than anything. Not anxious, but I'm more curious how it's going to play, what it's going to look like. Oh, I really want to see some gameplay, you know. I really want to see if there's any kind of RPG elements involved, or if it's just going to be a complete straight hack and slash, narrative-driven kind of... well, they said it's not a button masher, but who the hell knows what that means, right? Yeah, I'm extremely excited and curious. I just really want to see some gameplay, you know? Really. Is there any old videos you regret making or parts of the video you wish you didn't do? Stuart. No, I don't regret making anything. I don't wish I didn't do something different. Is that, I don't know. But if I did those things, if I'd made those early videos now, they would be completely different, just because I'm a different person, right? I don't regret making any of those silly videos that kind of maybe sometimes went a little over the top. They kind of, you know, you got to own it. The channel is just kind of an entire package, and it evolves as you evolve, right? So you got to own those videos of the past and just kind of recognize that it's an evolution, you know? So no, I don't regret anything like that. It's just kind of been a learning experience and kind of a growth. It's fun to look back and see the growth, you know. I appreciate that, Alpha. What is that? Alfiro Bay? Did I say that correctly? Probably not. I'm dumb. Man. One sec. All right. Polish GMR, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that. Just because you talk about different ways people have experienced the series, thought I'd ask your opinion on how I first saw them at age 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. Right off the bat, Polish, I don't quite understand. What is that called, the machete order? Is that what it's called? Actually, is that what that's called? Or is that some random order because that's how you rented the movies? Let's see, Polish. Why does it have to be a huge article? Just tell me what the 4, 5. Oh no, that's not it at all. I don't know. See, Polish, I can't really wrap my head around watching it that way. I still so you start with the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, then you skip Revenge of the Sith, and you jump to A New Hope. So all of a sudden you don't really know, you don't see the final chapter of Anakin's snap. So all of a sudden Anakin is in the Darth Vader suit. and then you watch Empire: Return of the Jedi, and then at the end you see how Anakin snaps and creates all this chaos. Was that an intentional viewing order? I'm curious. It wasn't intentional. Okay, it wasn't intentional. Just the ones I had access to as a kid. That makes sense. Not knowing the Vader stuff, it was a pretty cool twist. Interesting. That's kind of neat, Polish, because I was thinking it was like some kind of an intentional viewing order that somebody wanted you to watch that in, but an unintentional, like, kind of messy viewing order like that. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure there's a lot of people who just like stumbled upon Star Wars and just watched them before. I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, you're the only one that can judge how that worked out for you, right? But in my brain, that just that seems messy as hell. It's like people that watch them all out of order and stuff like that. You know, maybe there's some kind of narrative merit to watching them in these random ass orders. But I kind of like a linear progression, kind of a chronological progression, in terms of release order. I prefer release order more than anything. Because as I've always said, episodes 4, 5, and 6, I call the question. And then the prequels are the answer. So there's this whole setup for things that are going to be answered with films that take place in the past. Does that make sense? And plus, I just prefer release order because somebody jumping into the saga for the first time, you can kind of see where everything began. And to me, as somebody like that just kind of enjoys the history of all this stuff from outside of the films in the real world, I think that's kind of a fun aspect for people to see. You know, A, where the narrative began. B, how far technology has come to tell the story in movie form, and just how much it's all grown. You know, it went from a relatively kind of a small focused film about swashbuckler, a kid, a princess, and a big hairy dog and an old guy with a stick, to these giant, grand, you know, these enormous vistas and everything. Does that make sense? But that is a weird ass order, Polish. But I'm glad, hey, it worked out for you, right? And in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter how you watch them, right? It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, but I appreciate that support tonight, Polish. Only you can judge how that worked out for you. Alright, guys, I gotta hop off. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight on this Wednesday, May 15th, 8:05 p.m. Now it is time for me to pop some popcorn and watch a show called Barry. Before I do, I gotta tell you guys, this isn't like a paid plug or anything. There's something that you guys need to listen to. It's called Blockbuster. It's a podcast. It's the best podcast that I've listened to. I mean, it feels. I plugged it in my Phantom Menace video. I posted about it on Twitter and Instagram. If you haven't listened to it, and if you haven't heard me talk about it, you have to listen to it. It's about George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and their friendship, and it kind of takes place leading into Jaws and Star Wars and the stress and anxiety of all those productions. It's a radio drama, and there's voice actors, there's music, there's sound effects. Each episode is like 30 minutes long. It will blow you away. It's completely blown me away. And there's one episode left that comes out in like a week, so I'm bummed that it's over, but goddamn, it's a good show or a good podcast. Yeah, just Google Blockbuster Podcast, you'll find it. Anyway, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Let me run down the list. Polish GMR, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Chris Mark, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Rich W3, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Dr. Strangelove, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Oh, did I miss? I feel like I missed somebody. Okay, nope, cool. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Polish, thank you for all the support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that, and everybody else that super chatted and tuned in. Tomorrow I will stream. I don't know if I'll stream, actually. I'm helping my brother-in-law move a bunch of stuff out of my late mother-in-law's condo. So I don't know how late we're going to be, but I don't know. As of right now, I probably won't end up streaming, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of this tune, and I will catch you when I catch you. See ya.